Welcome back to my channel, guys. So I always got this question about upper body and my upper body routine, and women just coming to me and saying like, I don't want to get bulky. Girls, it's not easy to get bulky or gain a lot of muscle. Like, it takes a lot of time. You're gonna have to consistently be lifting heavier and heavier weight. It wasn't until this year that I realized that even when I was losing weight, like, my arms were not shrinking like I wanted them to. I felt like I was just a little bit uncomfortable with the size of my arms, and I want to share with you guys how I naturally shrunk them. I know how this is going to sound, but one of the things that I did, I would say the biggest thing that I did, was I took a very long break from lifting and doing upper body. I was doing upper body consistently twice a week for years. I wasn't lifting super heavy, but like sometimes I would lift like 20-pound dumbbells, 15-pound dumbbells. I was just under the impression that that little muscle that I had gained was not going to make a significant difference when it came to the look of my arms. But what I realized was, especially when you have like a little bit of an extra layer of fat on you, that muscle makes a big difference when it comes to something like your arms. And that layer of fat plus the muscle just made my arms look a little bit bulkier. So just to make this clear, muscle loss alone is not the reason that my arms look smaller. And also, building muscle alone is not gonna make your arms look bulky. What really did it was that muscle and that fat together. And since genetically I naturally store fat in my arms, I always have, that muscle and that fat together made my arms look bigger. I think that if I was at a very low body fat percentage, my arms would not have bulked up like they did. And it's not like they got crazy huge or anything. Just for me, like, even when I was losing weight, I was like, my arms are just not slimming down like I want them to. So it's all really a preference, but I really want to make that clear. Like, building muscle on your upper body is amazing. And I think that it's not something that I would necessarily neglect. I do think I'm getting more of that like toned effect. Obviously, with that like break of building muscle, I lost muscle, and that significantly shrunk the size of my arms. And this was before I lost any weight, and that is my number 2. I went on a pretty significant cut, but honestly, it wasn't the most amount of weight I've lost has been in the last 2 to 3 months. So I definitely was shrinking the size of my arms like before the fat loss from this cut. But of course, I have to mention this, like, fat loss obviously will shrink the size of your arms. The last couple months, I've lost almost 10 pounds. And I know I'll be talking a lot about this cut on my channel because I have been loving the changes. One of those changes has been my arms have been shrinking as well. So the muscle loss and then now the fat loss have just, my arms look so different. I swear it feels like they look like they're half the size that they were. And I've been loving it. So every time someone comes to me and says, hey, like, my arms are like, I want to lose a lot of size in my arms have a lot of fat in them, I always let them know, like, fat cannot be just taken from one area and not taken from others. Genetics play a big role in where you will be losing and gaining fat. But if you're someone like me and you kind of like gain fat everywhere, I do in my face, my stomach, my arms, my legs, my butt, everywhere. So if you're like me and you want to lose size in one area, I would recommend that you try and lose weight and you try and lose fat with that weight. This cut has been amazing. And of course, that has to be number 2. So number 3, I will only lift like 5, 7, 10-pound dumbbells when it comes to my arms. Now, when it comes to my back, I lift a lot heavier. I will do like 15, 20, 25-pound dumbbells because I love the look of a toned back. I think that looks so sexy and feminine on a woman. Back is still like one of my favorite days of the week. I love doing back. I love growing that area to create more of an hourglass figure. I definitely think it's given me that effect. So I am including upper body workouts in this video as you're seeing. These are some of my go-tos, some of my favorites. And if you guys want like another updated full upper body workout, what I do for arms now, what weight I use, let me know in the comments below. I will definitely film that video. But yeah, I think lifting a lot lighter weight and more reps has definitely changed the appearance of my arms specifically. And I would recommend for you, if you feel like you are bulking up with your upper body, just lower the weight. These tips are not for everyone. Not everybody cares if they have extra fat on their arms. I am just somebody that always has. And I know I posted this on TikTok and I was definitely getting some comments like, maybe you should like reword how you're saying this. Shrinking your arms is not the goal for everyone. I totally get that. This is what's worked for me. If you're like me and you want to shrink your arms, these tips will definitely work for you. But also, I think there's a way to build muscle and not have it like make you look bulky. So that is where the lower weight comes in, the losing of fat, the less upper body days. I only do 1 upper body day now. That's another tip. I don't usually do 2. Like maybe I'll add a couple back into a full body day if I do that. I do think when you have like somewhat of a bigger chest, I always have, I think naturally your body like carries a little bit more fat up top. Yeah, I think it's normal, and I definitely want to make sure I say this in this video. I think that muscles are beautiful. Yeah, I do want to make sure I say this because losing muscle is not the tip I would give everybody. So being healthy is the most important part of this entire process. Weightlifting, exercising, being active, just about being healthy. So that's the most important thing. As you guys saw in these pictures, it's been a crazy before and after. I honestly think my arms have shrunk half the size. They look so much smaller to me. I'm gonna like turn to the side in the video. Arms are like hairy right now. But you guys get the point. I am very happy with this transformation. I really hope this video helped you guys. If you have any questions for me, don't hesitate to leave them down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon in my next video.